Hi there. Let's do some yoga. I'm going to do a more therapeutic practice for your neck and shoulders and awareness in the upper body and connected to the whole body. This is something you could do anytime from your office, to before you start your day to the end of the evening. A lot of us have, neck problems, a lot of this effort of the shoulders kind of rolling forward, the back taking the pressure of the spine, the chest kind of collapsing in, draws havoc on our necks because we have to lift our chin then to look forward and get a lot of tension back there. So we're going to have you get a chair, just maybe, your kitchen chair or your desk chair. Just make sure it doesn't slide. If it does, you can put it against the wall. And I took a very simple item from home. I just took this little broom thing. Just have a stick if you want, but if you go get yourself any kind of broom, we're going to use it like a stick, like a staff there, yeah? And I'm going to turn and I've also got a brick that we might use, just like a book later. I'm going to turn the chair to the side so you can see what I'm doing, so we can start. So I'm going to sit on the edge of your chair. Your sit bones are nice and grounded. And let's just set this down for a second, just so you feel. And then feel your pelvis. And very often, as you know, we sit back in our chairs, we kind of lean into the back of the chair, and kind of sink the chest. So I want just to sit more up on top of our sit bones, feet grounded, and the spine lifted. Now, you want to feel if you tend to round in your back, or some people will actually force their hips even more forward and then kind of over arc the back. So you kind of feel some pressure here. So I want you to feel that you sit far enough back so that you can feel like kind of spreading through your rib cage. Yeah, but not so spreading that you round back. So you find that balance between the front of the body open and the back of the body wide. So the spaciousness here. Then go ahead and take your stick forward and just kind of gently push down gently on the handle. So you feel your shoulders rooting down. And then just feel your head straight on top. So you want to feel that the back of your neck, that the muscles, the whole neck has length to it, the sides of your neck, and also the front. So what happens, the back of the neck gets shorter when we lift our chin up. And then, of course, the front of the neck gets shorter when we bring our chin down. Find the middle space and take a breath. What's going to happen is we're going to just lean forward, letting the arms reach forward. And you move from your hips forward, let your body move forward, and then stretch out and take a breath here. Try to breathe sort of into your back ribs. And feel still the front and the back and the sides of your neck long. And then inhale, come up. And exhale, forward and down. Extending the arms, the neck is long. And inhale, come up. I want you just to feel the awareness that your neck stays long even as you bend from your hips and you go forward. So don't let your head fall down and don't lift the chin up. And come back again, pushing down gently to stand up tall. And a couple more. Inhale forward, reaching forward. And exhale, you come up like one unit. And you just go back and forth like this. Reaching forward and coming back and down. You can take the other hand on top, yeah? Inhale, pressing. Just kind of moving in a sort of aware way, just repetitive, simple movements to bring awareness. This also gives, of course, some stretch to the front chest and side of your chest body, and gets the breath to move. And there's a kind of release in your shoulder area. Good. One more. Breathe in, nice deep breath. Soft eyes. Really reach through the arms, get that length, and come back. Good. Nice. And then set your stick down for a moment. Yep. Sit for a moment. Now let the arms come, relax them down. And try to feel across your collarbones. I'm just going to face you for a minute. So if you take the collarbone bone, and this feeling like when you kind of roll in, is a feeling like it gets shorter here. So the feeling is like you sit up tall enough so you get as much width across the collarbone and all the way to the front of your shoulder joint there, that it kind of rolls a bit open, creates space there. Yeah, and then try not to pop your ribs to do that. Keep your ribs soft so the back of the ribs can breathe. Then we'll do this. Let your arms go down and come up. Now let's inhale going down and exhale, come up, and let your arms and chest go back a bit. And inhale down, little arms can go a little bit forward. And exhale and gently pull the whole shoulder girdle back a bit without popping your ribs out. A couple more. Press into your feet and up. So the neck is staying fairly quiet while we kind of move the upper body and a little bit in the shoulder joint. And one more time, breathing each direction. And exhale up. Good. Now, feet under the knees or maybe closer in a bit. So using the legs, we lean forward, yeah, and then exhale into your feet, push into your feet and come up. Inhale here. Exhale, arms go forward, sit back, and come back here. Inhale. Exhale, push down your feet and slowly come up, open up, and go down, sit back, and inhale, open. And forward, pressing to your feet, slowly exhale up to standing. Inhale, come down. And go back. So you see how you use your legs to move and your whole body moves and your neck and shoulders stay quite quiet. Now you can take your arms up to the sky and we come down and sit. Inhale, open a little bit and move forward and come up. Exhale there. Inhale, come down. Sit back and exhale. Couple more. And I don't mind if the breath goes in or out, coming up or down. They both have benefits. Just so that movement of the breath. Good. And then just sit for a moment and have a breath. Good. Nice. And then come up on your feet again. So you use your legs to come up. Nice. And then turn around. And we're going to set one foot on the chair. And if your chair is a slidey chair, I would put it against the wall, right? Just so you feel safe. So I'm going to just face the chair here and take I'm going to start with my left leg up. Yeah, you decide which one. Good. And then just bring your hands to the top of the chair. Now I'm going to walk my back foot a little bit further back, so a little more room. And you can bring your heel down a little bit in the middle, or you can turn the foot straight and come up on the ball of the foot. And then holding the sides of the chair. Again, the idea is to keep the neck long, not lift my chin. So I'm going to try to stretch back. Now the leg might not go straight. Bring your heel down or up. And then inhale, come forward, lengthen. And exhale back. There's a kind of lengthening back through your back. And inhale forward. You get a little open to the chest. Remember the collarbones, neck long. And the neck long is not just the front of the neck. For most of us, really keeping the back of the neck long as you come up. It's almost like you just don't let the head do a lot of work. You kind of keep it quiet. Good, and one more. Just stay here and breathe a moment. Just feel your neck. Feel the stretch through your back. And have a nice breath. Then come back up. And take your hands down for a moment and just step your foot down. Yeah. And bend the knees, sit down into your heels, and then push the floor away to come up to standing. Spine integral. And let's step the other foot on the chair. And your other foot may want to turn a little bit, out. So you just have that good stable base. Yeah. And then you move your hands to the top of the chair, the edges. And then you first kind of move forward. And then you sort of stretch back. So from the arms, through your chest, through your ribs, but keep it wide in the back. And then come forward and exhale, lengthen. Really breathe in and out here. Inhale and exhale. Now this is why this is so great for the neck, is it's awareness, right? Because the neck is stacked on top of the rest of the body. And as we move through our day, how we set the whole shape of our body is kind of determining how much hard work our neck does. So as we start from our feet, up through our legs, up through our hips, through our chest and our shoulders, really determines a lot of how the neck is impacted. Couple more breaths. And last one, just hold it a couple breaths. And again, just look front, back, right, left. So you're not lifting your chin up. You're not letting your head fall. And you're not just trying to still breathe so your back of your ribs have a little lift to them without fully rounding. And then bend the front knee, push down and come up if you like that way. And then set your feet down. Good. And then I'm going to face you. And I'm just going to take that brick. And if you don't have a brick, it's okay. You could also use a book or something. Just like to stabilize my knees. I'm going to again sit on the edge. Yeah. Feet under the knees. Yeah. Now, take your hands. I should probably show you from this back. I'm going to take my thumbs. There's a kind of this indent when you come right where your head meets your neck in that ridge. Move your fingers a bit out to the side. You're going to find that little kind of ridge, that kind of depth. You just bring your thumbs there, and then the rest of your fingers kind of around the head, like a little skull cap. And then feel grounded through your feet, ground through your sit bones. And again, try not to pop your ribs up to sit up tall. Still feel the back of your ribs almost moving back a little bit, just a bit. So you can breathe back there. And then it's almost like you lean up into your hands. So your hands kind of push into your head. You have this upper back feeling without lifting their chin a lot. And then you come forward and there's a rounding a bit. Let your body round without dropping the head fully. Now push the hands into your head and open it up. And exhale, round it down. A couple more times, just again, being aware, push back, you get the muscles of the back without lifting your chin a lot, just opening. And exhale down. You're squeezing the block a little bit, so your legs still working, just gently keeping those legs compact. And round it a bit, so roll over. And then come back up to the middle. Good, and then take the hands down the side. Good. Now swim that right arm up, and as it comes, don't have it behind your shoulder, have it a little bit in front. And as it comes up, start to turn the arm. Turn the little finger forward. And then right by your ear, you kind of get that bone to kind of turn and take it by your ear. You can hold the side of your chair if you have anywhere to hold down the leg, and just push into the chair, or even on the side, push into it as you lift your right rib cage out to the side if your right arm's in the sky. Now feel the neck. Have you lifted the chin? Have you tried to look at your hand? Bring your chin back to neutral. And don't let it fall all the way down either. Keep the both sides of the neck fairly long. And just breathe there. You can take your hand behind your head and kind of hold the edge of your head there and just sort of open up a bit, your whole rib basket, and then take it forward and round it down. Touch your elbow to your knee, opposite knee, and then come back, holding the back of your head. Open kind of your rib basket. And wrap it down, a little bit of a twist. And you can look down as well. A couple more. Bring the back of the neck long as you open. Let your eyes move softly and come down. Last one, biggest breath you've had all day. You can use the lower hand to support you on the chair, on the chair legs, and wrap it down. And this time let your hand release all the way down to the ground. Take it behind your side and all the way up. And down again. And just feel for a moment one side to the other. And then just take your right hand somewhere on your chair. So you feel supported there, and it's kind of supporting your shoulder joint there. And swim your other arm a little bit forward, not too far back, because you want to engage your whole shoulder girdle, this whole shoulder girdle wrapping. So the arm bone turns and comes a little bit up by your ear. Feel your neck in neutral. Go a little higher, so you stretch. And if the lower hand has a chair leg, hold it and just go to the side. And just feel your other side of your neck. Don't let it fall. Find the neutral kind of space between right and left. And reach out. Opening, so your rib cage sort of moves out to your left side. And then go ahead and take that hand, the ridge of your head there, so supporting the head itself, and then just lean a little bit backwards, a little twisting to the left. And then exhale, elbow to the right knee. Rounding it down. And push the head into the hand and open up that whole shoulder joint. And round it down and in. Inhale, open the whole side body. Exhale, round it down. Couple more. Breathe now. Soft face. One more. Big wrist breath. And round it down. And slowly come back up. Oh, we forgot that one side. Go down. I let that hand release down here and let the arm swim around to the side. And then bring it all the way up again. And back down the middle zone. Let's do just the arms for a few breaths. Inhale the arms up. Head neutral. And come down. One more. Inhale. Keep and turn your head a little bit right and left. Just feel if the neck can be a little bit soft there. And come down. And then just hands on your thighs for a moment. And kind of push the thighs away to feel the power of your muscles in your upper back going sort of down into the shoulder blades. Yeah. You might feel your core muscles engaging just a bit. And then close your eyes and let your breath rhythm deepen. And as the breath gets deeper, relax all the muscles of your arms. Just feel the front and the back of your body. And let yourself have a slight little wave to it, like you're moving forward and back to find the center. Right and left to find the center. Stack your chest above your hips. Stack your head on top of that. And see if by stacking your bones, if the breath has a little more room. This is the ideal place to sit from, right? To observe and take in information, to give away information, this space of just simple openness. So now just take the brick away if you're there. And if you want to take a relaxation with me, I'm going to give you come through the legs to come up as one body. You don't overuse your muscles when you stand up. If you're going to pick up your chair, you bend your knees, you lift, you turn, bend your knees, and you come down as one, right? So you're using the power of your legs and your spine. We're going to come down to the floor, and you bring your hands on your chair. If you like, very simply, you bring your knees down to the ground. Yes. And then you can just come onto your hips. Very simply, we're just going to take the legs on top of your chair. Yeah. Otherwise, you can just rest or lay down somewhere, and then just come down to the ground. I'm mop away. You just want to find that place where your shoulders feel kind of relaxed in the back. Your ribs can soften. Your legs can relax. And then turn your palms up a bit so you can just feel this open space, and then close your eyes. Now, the key here is to look again at your neck. If your shoulders are a bit tight, if you look at me, if my shoulders like kind of tight a lot, like there, then look, my chin gets forced up. And the neck is too crunchy back there, too wrinkly. So you might, in that case, until your chest gets more space in it, you can put a little, well, this block is probably too thick for me, but you could put something under your head. It's not bad. I can do that because my shoulders can still melt a bit down. My head's a little higher than it relaxes the neck, and the shoulders can try to fall down. And then your eyes will have an easier time. When you close them, they'll have an easier time looking down in a way towards the heart instead of falling up and looking into your brain. And then it's just letting everything go. Let your body muscles kind of melt. Let your breath fall up and down inside. You lick your lips if you like, and kind of melt your mouth, melt your head, melt your legs and your feet. So this feeling of like moving in a more slowly, kind of simple way can be very therapeutic. And we do a kind of therapeutic yoga very often to learn new patterns. You kind of slow it down and observe what you're doing inside a few shapes instead of like moving from pose to pose to pose. And this will really not only inform your yoga practice, but inform your life, right? Because we all live many more hours a day in our regular life than in our yoga practice. So yoga must serve your life for it to be effective, impactful. So I encourage you just to stay here a while. There's no reason why you have to come up now. It's the best therapeutic advice I can give you is to stay and relax a little bit longer. Thank you for sharing this little therapeutic neck open, throat open, heart, chest open. This is the seat of our communication space. So the more we can build our house on that nice aligned space, the more we can feel free to communicate what's important. Thank you so much. Namaste.